Hello and welcome. In this video, we will talk about how external connectors are used on FortiManager to automatically synchronize real-time data such as resource tags, endpoint groups, IP addresses, and user IDs from platforms like Cisco, ACI, and Guardicore Centra. External connectors are configured either for FortiManager to connect to the external resource or for the FortiGate device to connect to the external resource directly. FortiManager can be used to configure external connectors for both of these scenarios depending on the external connector. In this video, we will demonstrate how to set up a new Guardicore external connector on a FortiManager device to receive a list of labels, sometimes called tags, corresponding to a list of IP addresses or assets. We then will show the installation of the labels to the FortiGate device and use them in a firewall policy. Finally, we'll show the synchronization of the IP address among all three components that are FortiManager, FortiGate, and Guardicore. Let's begin at the external connector section of FortiManager. Click on Create New. Then, under the Endpoint Identity Connector type, select Guardicore and name the host name as Guardicore Threat Intelligence. In the FQDN field named as host, enter the IP address or domain of your Guardicore instance. Do not prefix with HTTPS here. Then, after entering the API credentials and enabling the connector, we keep the update interval set to 300 seconds for this demo. And under Advanced Settings, set the page size to determine how many IP addresses are imported per API call. We can also add a note under the Revision section. Click Apply and refresh. And once the connection is refreshed, FortiManager establishes a secure link. If we click on our new connector, we can see the library of Guardicore labels available for import. Let's select a label key and edit it. We will select Guardicore Threat Intelligence. We have three types of entries available. Under this label key, we will select the entry for top attackers. After selecting the Guardicore Threat Intelligence key, we add a change note, and then we hit Apply and refresh. FortiManager then maps every IP address associated with those labels in Guardicore Centra. We can review these imported IP addresses directly by pressing this little Monitor IP Address button on the connector. Now that our labels are synced, they appear as firewall objects. To use them, we will create a new address object. Set the type to dynamic and set the subtype to Fortinet Single Sign-On, FSSO. Then select the FSSO group to be the Guardicore Threat Intelligence Top Attackers group. So this identifies the object to the FortiGate as a dynamic group of users or assets. With these objects ready, we will first go to Policy Packages and select Installation Targets to set up the installation target to be our FortiGate device. We will then create and name a new policy package, configuring all necessary parameters for the FortiGate firewall. Once the setup is complete, we can initiate the configuration push. Now let's go to the FortiGate to verify the status of this policy. After we log into the FortiGate unit, we can verify that the policy is active by hovering over the Guardicore object and selecting View Matching Addresses. We can see the real-time list of all 250 IP addresses currently flagged in our Guardicore Intelligence feed. To ensure the integration is working perfectly, we can perform a final verification by matching a sample IP across all three platforms: Guardicore Centra, FortiManager, and FortiGate. This confirms that every single sample IP is present and correctly identified across the entire fabric, ensuring consistent enforcement from the micro-segmentation layer to the network edge. Thank you for watching.